Hi, my dog lovers. Hi, this is Dr. Dobias. Last time I talked about veterinarians and doctors and how strange it is that most of us are actually rewarded for needing disease to be rewarded, that doctors are not allowed to bill for preventive care, and veterinarians can't really make living with preventive care because nobody would come to the clinic. So it is also our responsibility as dog lovers to actually support the preventive system, but it's not easy, right? Today I'd like to talk about drug companies because quite often I talk negatively about drug companies, but I do not think that drug companies' purpose is actually negative. If you think about it, there's many drugs that they make and they actually help people and animals, right? Emergency drugs, anesthesia drugs, pain control drugs, all that is important. The problem is that drug companies are owned by shareholders, and these shareholders are putting pressure on the drug companies to succeed and make more money and all that stuff. And while I always have been just kind of a little bit on the other side and saying drug companies are not that good, they're not that good because we allow them not to be good, right? And they make vitamins, they make hormones that are necessary in Addison's disease or other problems that are life-saving. But they do make the most money from drugs that are patented, from drugs that are chemically derived, and they are not allowed to patent a natural substance. So the government actually has created that. We have created that, right? So that's one problem. Second problem is that drug companies do research, and if they can't license natural substances, they will naturally, that's no pun intended, research the artificial substances and license them and sell them for a lot of money. But the bizarre thing is that, for example, in Canada, these companies actually get tax credits for doing this research, and it's self-serving. It's one-sided. And I'm not necessarily saying it's just their fault, right? They're actually doing whatever is the best for the business and for the shareholders, the general public. So this is a broken system. Drug companies or any people who work for them, if you're listening to this video, this is probably the first time I'm speaking on your behalf in your favor. But we do have to actually change the system, because unless you're able to actually research natural medicine and maybe even patent and back up the financial sustainability of the system, we need to change our laws. We need to actually change how we work, right? And you also should be rewarded for prevention. Maybe the drug companies can be spearheading research how to prevent disease and then sell it online at a course or whatever it is, right? I actually was able to reduce the use of drugs by 80-90% in my practice, and it was shocking. I was conventionally educated. I used all the drugs and prescription food and vaccines initially. And then I started to realize that drugs are actually not as good always. And sometimes these drug companies that put millions of dollars in development of their drugs, they try to conceal some of the side effects. There's so many issues here. So what I'm saying is, natural medicine should always be the first line of defense. Drugs should be used when natural medicine does not work. And now you're going to be probably laughing your head off because I'm going to say that the best medicine in the world is placebo. Because if we are able to harness placebo, if we are able to convince our body with our mind to heal, this is the most amazing medicine of all, and it is free. The problem is that placebo is actually free. So suddenly the people who are working for drug companies and all the research, they would have to start researching how to actually create a good business model out of training people how to use placebo, how to use the power of mind to heal. And we know that it exists. I'm sure that if you read a medical book and you read some symptoms, you're going to start having them, right? At least you feel them. Okay, I read about pneumonia. Now I feel like I have pneumonia. I read about these parasites. Oh, maybe I have them too. I have this strange itch. Maybe that's that. So, it's easy to blame everyone else. And today, actually, we are sitting here and I'm saying, let's not blame each other and let's work together how to change the system. Some of these companies will be kicking and screaming. Imagine that they would actually have a drop in product sales of 80% if suddenly the drug wasn't needed. But that's life. And I think that health is the most important and most valuable possession That's why we have to protect it. That's why we have to guard it much more than our car, our house, our jewelry, our passport. Our health is the most important thing. So thank you for listening, and I'll see you at the next video.